Zuri. Get back here, you little. The stalker's voice cuts through Seoul's festival chaos like glass through silk. My lungs burn as I weave between drunken fans, their glow sticks painting everything in violet neon. The bass from 3 different stages pounds against my ribs, but it can't drown out his footsteps gaining ground. You can't hide from what your sister started. My Nike hits a puddle of spilled soju, nearly sending me sprawling into a group of teenagers filming TikToks. They curse in Korean as I shove past, but I don't have time for apologies. Not when Marcus, that cartel psychopath who killed Kemi and made it look like an accident, has finally tracked me down to Seoul. The red carpet area blazes ahead like salvation. Security barriers, cameras, witnesses, places where people like Marcus can't just. I slam into something solid. Hard chest, expensive cologne, the kind of shocked grunt that means I just body check someone important. What the hell? Before the stranger can finish, I grab his phone. The screen shows a live stream, 1.2 million viewers, comments flying past too fast to read. His face is perfect in that manufactured K-pop way, all sharp cheekbones and styled black hair. Meet my boyfriend. I shout into his phone, clinging to his arm like my life depends on it. Because it does. The chat explodes. Heart emojis flood the screen faster than rain. The stranger, Jesus, he's gorgeous, stares at me with dark eyes that could cut diamond. Our secret's out, world, he says smoothly, that practiced idol smile sliding into place. Behind us, Marcus melts back into the crowd like smoke. Too many cameras. Too many witnesses. The paparazzi swarm us like locusts. Jae-hyun. Who is she? How long have you been dating? Is this why you turned down the dating show? My rescuer, Jae-hyun, apparently, keeps that smile locked in place while his hand finds the small of my back. Sometimes love finds you when you least expect it. I should have turned around right then. But I didn't. And before I tell you why that decision changed everything we thought we knew about family, love, and the choices we make to protect the people we love most, subscribe to Mystic Tale by Luna, because some secrets are too dangerous to keep buried. His penthouse overlooks the Han River like a fortress of glass and steel. Floor-to-ceiling windows that probably cost more than most people's homes. I pace across marble that gleams like black water while he watches me from his kitchen island. That wasn't real. I snap, still shaking from adrenaline. Tell that to 10 million people. He slides his phone across the granite. The video already has 12.3 million views. Hashtag Jae-Zuri couple is trending worldwide. You don't understand. That man, he killed my sister. Made it look like a car accident because she was going to expose his money laundering operation through Seoul's underground dance scene. Jae-hyun's expression doesn't change, but something shifts behind those dark eyes. Marcus Okafor. Nigerian cartel. Your sister was Kemi Adebayo. Ice floods my veins. How do you? My family has interests in this city's shadows. He pours himself whiskey, like we're discussing the weather. Kemi was feeding information to someone before she died. Smart girl. Stupid choice. Don't you dare. I'm not judging her. I'm stating facts. The whiskey disappears in one swallow. Marcus has been hunting you for 3 months. My fame just became your firewall, whether you like it or not. My phone buzzes. Then again. Then it doesn't stop. The notifications make me sick. Deepfakes of me in compromising positions. Comments calling me a clout chaser, a fraud, worse things in languages I can't read. My dance studio gig's gone. The background work I'd booked canceled. They're destroying me, I whisper. Welcome to the spotlight. Jae-hyun's voice holds no sympathy. You grabbed my phone. You made the choice. Now you live with it. I was running for my life. And now you're not. He stands, all predatory grace. But staying alive means playing the part. Can you do that, Zuri Adebayo? The way he says my full name makes my skin crawl and burn at the same time. What exactly are you asking me to do? Be my girlfriend. Public appearances. Social media posts. Convince the world we're madly in love. His smile is sharp enough to draw blood. In return, Marcus can't touch you. Bad publicity to murder Korea's sweetheart's foreign girlfriend. Korea's sweetheart. I laugh, but it sounds broken. You're Mafia. I'm an idol with family connections. There's a difference. Is there? He moves closer, and I catch the faint outline of a tattoo beneath his designer shirt. Something that looks almost like, "What's that mark on your wrist?" His voice goes deadly quiet. I glance down at the raised scar on my inner wrist, the sigil Kemi carved into both our arms when we were kids. A protection symbol from our grandmother's stories. It's nothing. Just. Show me. Before I can protest, he grabs my wrist. His thumb traces the raised pattern, 3 interlocking circles with lines like lightning bolts between them. When he looks up, his face has gone pale. Where did you get this? My sister. We were 7 and 9. She said it would keep us together forever. The memory tastes like tears. Lot of good it did. Jae-hyun releases my wrist like it burned him. He unbuttons his shirt with shaking fingers, revealing an identical mark over his heart. Same design, same raised scarring, same impossible precision. My brother, he whispers. Before he died, he said it was our family's legacy. The room spins. This can't be coincidence. Can't be random. But before I can process what it means, my phone explodes with notifications. Someone hacked a billboard in Gangnam. The giant screen shows a grainy photo, a girl with my sister's build dancing in shadows, face obscured but unmistakably alive. She's gone. I breathe, but my voice cracks on the words. She has to be gone. Jae-hyun's hand hovers near my shoulder, not quite touching. Zuri. Right? His silence is answer enough. No script, I say, backing away from him. If we're doing this insane fake relationship, I need to know what I'm walking into. Teach me your shadows. Jae-hyun buttons his shirt, covering the sigil that matches mine in ways that defy logic. You want to learn how to survive in my world? I want to survive, period. Marcus isn't going away just because I'm dating Korea's pretty boy. His jaw tightens. Pretty boy. Oh, did I hit a nerve? I circle his kitchen island, putting granite between us. What's the matter? Not used to girls who don't melt at your manufactured charm? Manufactured. He laughs, but there's no humor in it. You think this is easy? Performing 24 hours a day, never knowing if someone wants you or your image. At least you get to choose your performance. I've been running for 3 months, sleeping in youth hostels, eating convenience store ramen. Your worst day is still better than my best. My worst day got my informant killed. The words hang between us like smoke. I stop pacing. What informant? A dancer. Underground scene. She was feeding me information about cartel money flowing through Seoul's clubs. His fingers drum against the granite. Beautiful girl. Reminded me of Starlight when she moved. What happened to her? Car accident. Brake lines cut. Sound familiar? My stomach drops. Kemi? Your sister was working for me, Zuri. She was my informant. The kitchen tilts sideways. I grip the island to keep from falling. You're lying. Check her bank statements. Monthly deposits from a shell company I control. She was getting paid to dance and gather intelligence. His voice goes soft, almost gentle. She died because of me. Why didn't you tell me? Because you would have run. And you need my protection more than you need the truth. I want to hit him. Want to scream. Want to grab his perfect face and shake him until something real falls out. Instead, I laugh. Protection. Right. The same protection you gave my sister? I won't let Marcus take you too. Why? Guilt. Maybe. He moves around the island, closing the distance between us. Or maybe because losing someone else might break what's left of my soul. The honesty in his voice catches me off guard. This isn't idle Jae-hyun with his practiced smiles and perfect responses. This is someone raw underneath the performance. Then teach me to fight back. His penthouse has a gym that looks like it belongs in a spy movie. Mirrors covering 3 walls, equipment that probably costs more than my apartment's yearly rent, and enough space to practice choreography or combat. Basic principle, he says, circling me like a predator. In my world, everything is performance until it isn't. You need to know the difference. Meaning when the cameras are rolling, you're my adoring girlfriend. When they're not, you're a weapon. He demonstrates defensive stances, his body moving with the kind of fluid precision that comes from years of training. Not just dance training, something deadlier. Your turn. I mirror his posture, muscle memory from dance helping with the balance. But when he steps forward to adjust my form, his hands on my waist send electricity through my nervous system. Focus, he murmurs, breath warm against my ear. I am focus. On what? Not falling apart when you touch me. His hands still. For a heartbeat. We're frozen in this position, his chest against my back, his arms around me, the mirror reflecting something that looks almost real. This is exactly what I mean, he says, stepping away. That moment right there? That's not performance. That's dangerous. Why dangerous? Because you can't fake forever, and neither can I. We practice for an hour. He teaches me how to use my dance background for evasion, how to read body language for threats, how to disable someone twice my size using leverage and surprise. But every time he demonstrates a move, hand on my shoulder, fingers adjusting my grip, body moving behind mine to show proper form, the air gets thicker. Enough, I finally say, backing toward the windows. I need air. We're 40 floors up. Then I need space. But he follows me to the windows, his reflection joining mine in the glass. Seoul spreads below us like a circuit board, all lights and energy and hidden currents. Tell me about your brother, I say. Tell me about your sister first. Kemi was everything I wasn't. Fearless. Brilliant. She could walk into any room and own it within 5 minutes. My breath fogs the glass. She always said I was the better dancer, but she was wrong. She moved like lightning, like she was made of electricity and rhythm. My brother was my opposite too. Jean was the heir, the one groomed to take over the family business while I got shipped off to idol training. Jae-hyun's voice goes distant. He was supposed to be protected, safe. But the same people who killed your sister got to him first. How long ago? 6 months. Heart attack, officially. But Jean was 25 and ran marathons. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. Be smart. Because whoever connected our families through these marks, he touches his chest where the sigil hides beneath his shirt. They're still out there, and they're not done with us. My phone buzzes. A text from an unknown number, but I recognize the writing style immediately. My hands start shaking. Asterisk time to come home, little bird. Your performance is over. M asterisk. He found me. The phone slips from my fingers, clattering on the marble. Jae-hyun scoops it up, reads the message, and his expression goes lethal. Pack light. We're leaving. Where? Safe house. Somewhere even my manager doesn't know about. Your manager? Kim Taesung. He handles my public image, books my appearances, manages my contracts. Jae-hyun is already moving, pulling bags from hidden compartments. He's the only one who knew you were here. The safe house is a penthouse in a different district, smaller, older, but with a kind of security that screams government connections. Bulletproof windows, reinforced doors, surveillance equipment that probably violates several privacy laws. How many of these places do you have? I ask, dropping my single backpack next to his designer luggage. Enough. He's checking the perimeter. All business now. We stay here until I can figure out how Marcus tracked you. Maybe he followed us from the festival. No. This was targeted. Someone gave him information. The realization hits like ice water. Your manager. Taesung has been pushing me toward dating rumors for months. Manufactured relationships boost album sales, create social media buzz. Jae-hyun's hands clench into fists. But he never suggested anyone specific. Never pushed this hard. Until now. Until you. We spend the next day planning. Jae-hyun maps out Marcus's known associates, while I hack into the festival's security footage, looking for faces that don't belong. The work is familiar. Kemi taught me basic cybersecurity when she started getting paranoid about being watched. But being alone with him in this smaller space creates a different kind of tension. No cameras, no performances, no audience to convince. Just two people with matching scars and dead siblings trying to figure out why fate keeps threading their lives together. Found something, I say, pointing at my laptop screen. Jae-hyun leans over my shoulder to look, and I catch that expensive cologne mixed with something more fundamental. His skin, his warmth, the way he smells like safety and danger at the same time. There. I zoom in on a figure lurking near the red carpet barriers. That's Marcus, but look at this. The timestamp shows him checking his phone 30 seconds before I crashed into Jae-hyun, then answering a call, talking briefly, and melting back into the crowd right after the paparazzi swarm started. He was waiting. Jae-hyun breathes. Someone told him exactly when and where to be. Your manager. We need proof. I crack my knuckles and start typing. Then let's get some. Breaking into Kim Tae-sung's personal accounts takes 3 hours and more coffee than advisable, but his digital security is laughably weak for someone in the entertainment industry. His text history reads like a masterclass in manipulation and greed. Look at this, I say, pulling up messages from 2 weeks ago. Unknown number. The girl will be useful. Make sure Jae-hyun is streaming when she arrives. Tae-sung, and my payment? Unknown number. 50 million won. Plus guarantees about his next album deal. Tae-sung. How do you know she'll approach him? Unknown number. Trust me. She will. Jae-hyun goes silent for a long moment. When he speaks, his voice is deadly quiet.
He sold you.
Sold us both. But why? What's so special about me that someone would pay 50 million won just to? My laptop screen flickers, then goes black. When it comes back online, there's a single message displayed in red text. Zuri Adebayo, you have something that belongs to us. Return it, or watch more people die. Below the message, a photo loads. My breath catches in my throat. It's Jae-hyun's manager, tied to a chair in what looks like a warehouse. His face is bloody, his designer shirt torn. But he's alive, eyes wide with terror, holding up today's newspaper. They have him. I whisper. Good. Jae-hyun says coldly. Good? He's going to die because of us. He's going to die because he's a greedy bastard who sold us to killers for money. But even as he says it, I can see the conflict in his expression. Tae-sung has been with me for 3 years. He's family. He's a traitor. Another message appears. Pier 47. Midnight. Come alone, or he dies slow. I check the time. 11:17 p.m. We can't, Jae-hyun says, reading my expression. It's obviously a trap. Obviously. But what if it isn't? What if we can save him? What if we can't? What if we just hand them exactly what they want? Which is what? What do I have that they need? He stares at the sigil on my wrist, then touches his chest where his own mark is hidden. I think, he says slowly, we're about to find out. We're not going to the pier. Jae-hyun pulls curtains across the bulletproof windows, shutting out Seoul's neon glow. The safe house feels smaller in the darkness, more intimate and more trapped at the same time. Then Tae-sung dies. Tae-sung made his choice when he took their money. But his voice wavers, and I can see the war happening behind his eyes. I won't trade your life for his conscience. What if we're wrong? What if someone else is pulling his strings? Then we'll find out after we survive tonight. I sink onto the leather sofa, exhaustion hitting me like a physical weight. 3 months of running, 3 days of pretending, 3 hours of hacking. My body is ready to shut down, but my mind keeps spinning. Tell me something real, I say. What do you mean? Everything between us has been performance or survival. Tell me something that isn't about the cameras or the contracts or the people trying to kill us. He settles into the chair across from me, and for the first time since I grabbed his phone, he looks young, vulnerable, like the boy he was before the idol machine got its hooks into him. I wanted to be a teacher. What? Before all this. Before the auditions and training and debut. I wanted to teach elementary school kids, help them with reading and math and tying their shoes. He laughs, but it's not bitter, just sad. Jean used to tease me about it. Said I was too soft for the family business, too gentle for real power. You're not gentle.
No.
Not anymore. The admission hangs between us like confession. I study his face in the dim light, the sharp cheekbones that photograph so well, the eyes that hold depths the cameras never capture, the mouth that speaks lies so smoothly but can't hide the truth when he's tired. What about you? He asks. Before Seoul, before running, before all this chaos. Dance was supposed to be temporary, a way to make money while I studied computer science. I pull my legs up under me, suddenly cold. Kemi was the dreamer. She believed we could make it as performers, tour the world, build something bigger than ourselves. But you didn't. I loved dancing. Still do. But I wanted security.
Stability.
A life where I didn't have to worry about rent or food or whether some casting director thought my skin was too dark for their vision. And now I hack into entertainment executives' phones and plan midnight rescues with Mafia princes. Not exactly the stable life I was aiming for. He stands, moves to the window despite the drawn curtains, his body language restless. Do you regret it? Grabbing my phone. The question catches me off guard. I think about Marcus's footsteps behind me, the terror of being hunted, the desperate grab for safety that turned into something else entirely. Ask me again when we're not running for our lives. What if we're always running? Then I guess we'll run together. The words slip out before I can stop them.
Too honest.
Too revealing. Too close to admitting that somewhere between the fake relationship and real danger, something shifted. Jae-hyun turns from the window. In the low light, his expression is unreadable, but he moves toward me with that fluid grace that made him famous. Zuri. Don't what? Don't look at me like that. Don't say my name like it means something. Don't make this harder than it already is. What if I want it to be harder? He's close enough now that I can see the gold flecks in his dark eyes, can smell that expensive cologne mixed with something more fundamental and dangerous. What if you're just confusing adrenaline with attraction? What if I'm not? His hand finds mine, fingers tracing the raised sigil on my wrist. The touch sends electricity straight through my nervous system. This mark, he says softly. Your sister gave it to you for protection. That lot of good it did. Maybe it did exactly what it was supposed to do. Meaning what? Meaning maybe it led you to me. I should pull away. Should remind him that we're fake, that this is performance, that getting attached will only make everything more complicated. Instead, I let him lift my hand, let him press my palm against his chest where I can feel his heartbeat through the thin cotton of his shirt. That's not how protection spells work, I whisper. How do you know? Because if they did, Kemi would still be alive. The words break something open inside me. The grief I've been carrying for 3 months, the guilt, the anger, the desperate need to believe her death meant something. It all comes pouring out in messy, ugly sobs. Jae-hyun doesn't try to comfort me with words. He just pulls me against his chest and lets me fall apart, his hand stroking my hair while I cry for my sister, for his brother, for the lives we had before everything went sideways. When the tears finally stop, I realize I feel lighter. Not better. The pain is still there, sharp and real, but no longer carrying it alone. She would have liked you, I say against his shoulder. Jean would have hated you. Why? Because you would have made me question everything he taught me about control and power and keeping people at arm's length. I pull back to look at him. And now I'm already questioning everything. This time when he leans down, I don't stop him. The kiss is soft at first, tentative, like he's asking permission. When I kiss him back, it becomes something hungrier, more desperate. 3 days of pretending finally giving way to something real. My hands shake so badly, I can barely hold the phone. Have you ever felt that moment when everything you believed just shatters? Tell me in the comments, because right now, I need to know I'm not the only one who's been this afraid. When we break apart, we're both breathing hard. This is a terrible idea, I say. The worst, he agrees, but he doesn't move away. We're supposed to be fake. I know. People are trying to kill us. I know. Your manager is probably dead by now. That makes him flinch, and I immediately regret saying it. But before I can apologize, his phone buzzes. Then mine. Then his laptop starts chiming with notifications. What the hell? Jae-hyun grabs his phone, and I see his face go pale in the screen's glow. What is it?
He turns the phone so I can see.
It's a live stream. Someone is broadcasting from what looks like the same warehouse where Taesung was being held. But the camera angle is different now, showing multiple chairs, multiple hostages. And one of them is a girl with my build, my hair color, my face turned away from the camera.
No.
The word comes out as a whisper. That's not possible. But even as I say it, the girl on screen turns slightly, and I catch a glimpse of her profile. My heart stops. Kemi. It could be anyone, Jae-hyun says, but his voice lacks conviction. A setup. A decoy. Look at her hands. The girl's wrists are bound, but her fingers move in a pattern I recognize, the same nervous gesture Kemi had since childhood, tapping out complex rhythms when she was scared or concentrating.
She's alive.
The words feel surreal leaving my mouth. My sister is alive. Zuri. She's been alive this whole time, and I left her. I ran to Seoul and left her with those animals. You thought she was dead. We all thought she was dead. But she wasn't. She was there, wherever there is, and I was here playing house with you. The accusation hits him like a slap. He steps back, and I can see the walls going back up, the performer sliding into place. Playing house. I didn't mean, yes, you did.
He's right.
The kiss, the confession, the moment of connection, it all feels tainted now by the possibility that my sister has been suffering while I was falling for her handler, the man who got her captured in the first place. I have to go to her. It's a trap, Zuri. The oldest one in the book. I don't care. I do.
Why?
Because you'll lose your convenient cover story. The words are cruel and unfair, and I know it even as they leave my mouth. But seeing Kemi on that screen has broken something open inside me, and all the fear and guilt and rage have to go somewhere. Because I love you, you impossible woman. The confession stops me cold. He said it like an accusation, like I forced it out of him against his will. You don't know me well enough to love me. I know you're brave enough to grab a stranger's phone to save your life. I know you're smart enough to hack my manager's accounts in 3 hours. I know you're loyal enough to walk into an obvious trap to save your sister. His voice goes soft, dangerous. And I know you're stubborn enough to get us both killed doing it. Then don't come with me. Try to stop me. The live stream feed shifts, showing a wider angle of the warehouse. I count at least 6 hostages for armed guards and enough explosives to level a city block. Professional setup, military precision, the kind of operation that takes weeks to plan. They've been planning this since before I grabbed your phone. I realize. Since before your sister died. The car accident was fake. They needed her alive for something, but they needed everyone else to think she was dead. Including you. Why? Because if you knew she was alive, you would have tried to rescue her immediately. Instead, they let you run, let you panic, let you make desperate choices that led you exactly where they wanted you.
To you.
To us. Together. With matching marks that apparently mean something to people with enough resources to stage elaborate kidnapping operations. The pieces click together like a puzzle I didn't know I was solving. The sigils aren't random. I say slowly. They're not protection spells or family traditions. They're keys. Keys to what? I don't know, but I think we're about to find out. The live stream feed cuts to a new angle, this one focused directly on my sister's face. She's looking straight at the camera now, and I can see her mouth moving. No sound, but I recognize the words from years of shared secrets and whispered plans. Asterisk, help me, Zuri. Please, asterisk. We're going, I say. I know. It's probably suicide. Probably. Any last requests? Jae-hyun checks his gun, slides extra magazines into his jacket pockets, and gives me that devastating smile that launched a million fantasies.
Kiss me again.
In case we don't survive long enough for me to do it properly later. This kiss is different from the first one. Desperate, yes, but also defiant. A promise and a goodbye wrapped in heat and tongue, and the taste of fear mixed with hope. When we break apart, I can see something has changed in his eyes. The idol mask is gone, replaced by something older and more dangerous. Ready, he asks.
No.
Good. Neither am I. We leave the safe house at 11:47 p.m., racing through Seoul's neon-lit streets toward what might be salvation or slaughter. The city blurs past the windows of Jae-hyun's bulletproof car, all light and shadow and electric possibility. Whatever happens, he says as we approach the warehouse district, I want you to know that grabbing my phone was the best thing that ever happened to me. Even if it gets us killed. Especially if it gets us killed. I reach for his hand, lacing our fingers together. The sigils on our skin seem to pulse in harmony, like they're responding to each other's proximity. Together? Together. Final performance tomorrow night. The voice on my phone says at 3 a.m. Female, unfamiliar, with an accent I can't place. Warehouse District 7. Come alone. Who is this? Someone who knew your grandmother very well. The line goes dead. I stare at the hospital ceiling, listening to Taesung's steady breathing in the bed across from mine. They kept us overnight for observation, standard procedure after traumatic incidents. Jae-hyun sleeps in the chair between us, still wearing his blood-stained shirt. My phone buzzes again. This time it's a photo message, an old warehouse with broken windows and graffiti-covered walls. Below it, coordinates and a time, 11 p.m. Then another photo. My breath catches. It's Kemi, definitely alive, sitting in what looks like the same warehouse. She's older, thinner, but unmistakably my sister. She holds up today's newspaper with shaking hands. I wake Jae-hyun by touching his shoulder. His eyes snap open instantly, already alert. "We have a problem," I whisper, showing him the messages. He studies the photos with the kind of focus that makes me remember he's not just an idol. It's another trap. "I know, but you're going anyway. She's my sister. She's bait." The same way Taesung was bait. His voice stays low, but I catch the fear underneath. "They're using your love against you." Maybe. But what if she really is alive? What if I walk away and lose my only chance to save her? What if you walk into that warehouse and lose your only chance at survival? Before I can answer, Taesung stirs in his hospital bed. His eyes flutter open, focusing on us with difficulty. "Jae-hyun," he croaks.
Don't talk.
"You need to rest."
No.
"Listen." Taesung struggles to sit up, wincing from his injuries. They didn't just want money. They wanted the vault codes. "What vault codes?" "The ones hidden in your scars. Both your families, they weren't just connected by marriage or business. They were partners in something big enough to kill for." Jae-hyun moves closer. "Partners in what?" "A bank. Underground. Digital currency worth billions." Taesung's breathing is labored. "Your grandparents created it together. Split the access codes between their bloodlines. Your scars, they're not just marks. They're literal keys." "Keys to what?" "Everything. Every dirty transaction in Seoul's underworld for the past 30 years. Every politician bought. Every judge compromised. Every murder covered up." His eyes meet mine. Someone's been consolidating power, preparing for a takeover. But they need both keys to access the evidence vault. Who? Who's behind this? I don't know. They kept their face hidden. But they knew things, personal things about both your families. Like they'd been watching for generations. The warehouse looms against Seoul's skyline like a broken tooth. Jae-hyun parks 2 blocks away, and we approach on foot through narrow alleys that smell of rain and rotting garbage. "This is insane," he mutters, checking his weapon for the 3rd time. "Probably. We could call the police." "And tell them what?" "That we're walking into an ambush because someone claims my dead sister is alive." When you put it like that, it sounds even worse. I pause at the warehouse entrance, studying the rusted door. "Jae-hyun." "Yeah. If something happens in there, if this goes bad, I want you to know that grabbing your phone was the best mistake I ever made." "It wasn't a mistake." "What do you mean?" "I mean, I saw you running through that crowd, and something in my chest recognized something in yours. Like we were always supposed to collide." He touches my face with gentle fingers. "The live stream was just an excuse." "For what?" "For keeping you." The warehouse interior is exactly what I expected. Broken concrete, rusted machinery, shadows that could hide an army. But what I didn't expect is the setup waiting for us. Professional lighting rigs illuminate a cleared space in the center of the floor. Multiple cameras point inward from different angles. A laptop sits on a makeshift table, its screen showing a live feed counter. 0 viewers. "Welcome to the final performance," a familiar voice says from the darkness. Kemi steps into the light, and my world tilts sideways. She's alive, real, breathing. But something's wrong with her eyes. They hold a coldness I've never seen before. "Hello, sister." "Kemi." My voice breaks on her name. "I thought you were dead. The car accident was staged, just like everything else." She moves with the same fluid grace I remember, but there's a predatory edge to it now. "Did you really think the people we were fighting would be careless enough to let witnesses survive? You've been alive this whole time? Do you know what I've been through? 3 months of running, hiding, thinking I'd lost you forever. You lost me the day you chose safety over truth. Her words hit like physical blows. I begged you to help me expose the cartel's operations. You said it was too dangerous. So, I did it alone. I was trying to protect you. You were protecting yourself. Like always. Kemi circles us slowly, and I notice she's not alone. Armed figures emerge from the shadows, at least 6 that I can count. But don't worry. Tonight, you finally get to choose courage. What do you want? What I've always wanted. Justice. The complete exposure of Seoul's criminal network. She gestures to the cameras. And you're going to help me broadcast it to the world. By doing what? By giving me the codes hidden in your scars. Both of you. Jae-hyun steps protectively in front of me. And if we refuse? Kemi's smile is sharp enough to cut glass. Then I upload the videos of you killing Marcus's men at the pier. Turns out some angles weren't captured by your little live stream stunt. She nods, and one of her associates brings forward a tablet showing security footage from the pier, footage that makes our actions look less like self-defense and more like premeditated murder. Deep faked, Jae-hyun says immediately. Maybe, but it'll take months to prove that, and the damage to both your careers will be permanent. Kemi's voice holds no warmth, no sisterly affection. Or you can cooperate, and we can expose the real criminals together. You're working with them. The people who've been hunting us. I'm working with people who want to burn this corrupt system to the ground. Sometimes that requires uncomfortable alliances. The realization hits like ice water. You've been planning this from the beginning. The festival, the live stream, bringing us together. Of course. Did you think it was coincidence that you crashed into Seoul's most famous idol? That he happened to have connections to the same criminal network I was investigating? Kemi's laugh holds no humor. I've been orchestrating this reunion for months. Including getting me shot at, hunted, nearly killed. Including making sure you'd finally stop running and start fighting. Her expression softens slightly. I chose survival, Zuri. When the cartel came for me, I made a deal. My life in exchange for bringing them what they needed. The codes. Your codes. Jae-hyun's codes. The keys that unlock 30 years of evidence. She steps closer. But somewhere along the way, I realized the evidence could be used for more than just protecting criminals. It could destroy them. So you decided to play both sides. I decided to play the only side that matters. The truth. Jae-hyun's hand finds mine. And what makes you think we'll cooperate? Because if you don't, everyone you care about dies. Starting with your manager in the hospital. A chill runs down my spine. Taesung is under police protection. Police protection that can be bought, compromised, or simply overwhelmed. Kemi signals to someone in the shadows. We have assets everywhere, sister. The only way to end this is to give me what I need. The codes aren't something we can just hand over. They're biometric. They require our physical presence. I know. That's why we're going to the vault. Together. She gestures to the cameras again. But first, we're going to explain to the world exactly what we're doing and why. Full transparency. Complete honesty. A live stream. The biggest live stream in Korean internet history. I've already sent preview footage to every major news outlet and social media influencer in the city. By the time we go live, we'll have millions of viewers. My phone starts buzzing with notifications. Social media alerts, news mentions, text messages from numbers I don't recognize. The preview footage, whatever Kemi released, is already going viral. You have 15 minutes to decide, she says. Cooperate, and we expose the truth together. Refuse, and I destroy you both before moving on to the people you care about. Some choice. It's the only choice I had when the cartel came for me. Now it's the only choice you have too. I look at Jae-hyun, seeing my own desperate calculation reflected in his eyes. We're outnumbered, outgunned, and trapped in a scenario designed to give us no real options. There is another way, he says quietly. What? We go live first, tell our version of the story, before she can control the narrative. Before Kemi can react, he pulls out his phone and hits the live stream button. Within seconds, viewers start pouring in, thousands, then tens of thousands, then hundreds of thousands. Hello, Beautiful people, he says, his idol persona sliding into place like armor. This is going to be the most important broadcast of my life. Jae-hyun, what are you doing? Kemi's voice holds a note of panic, telling the truth. He turns the camera toward her. Everyone, meet Kemi Adebayo, Zuri's sister, who we thought was dead but has actually been working with the people who've been trying to kill us. The viewer count explodes. Comments flood the screen faster than reading is possible. She wants us to unlock a digital vault that contains evidence of massive criminal conspiracy. The kind of evidence that could bring down half of Seoul's power structure. His voice stays calm, conversational. But here's the thing about evidence. It's only valuable if it reaches the right hands. Stop broadcasting, Kemi hisses, but she can't move against us without looking like the villain to millions of watching eyes. See, my sister here made a deal with criminals to save her own life, I say, taking the phone from Jae-hyun. I don't blame her for that. Survival makes us all do terrible things. But now she wants us to risk everything to help her play both sides. That's not. You don't understand the bigger picture. Then explain it. I hand her the phone. Tell everyone watching why we should trust you. Tell them why this evidence is so important that you'd fake your own death, manipulate your sister, and threaten innocent people to get it. Kemi stares at the phone like it's a snake. The viewer count has passed 2 million and keeps climbing. She starts, then stops. For the first time since stepping into the light, she looks uncertain. The truth is, Jae-hyun says, taking back the phone, we don't know who to trust. Not the police, not the criminals, not even family. But we know one thing for certain. What's that? I ask. Sunlight disinfects everything. So, let's turn on all the lights. He angles the camera toward the laptop on the makeshift table. Kemi, you want the vault codes?
Fine.
But we're doing this live. Every person watching gets to see exactly what's in that evidence vault. No editing, no selective disclosure, no controlling the narrative. That's insane. Some of that information could destabilize.
Good.
Maybe it's time for some destabilization. You don't understand what you're asking. I understand that secrets are what got us here. Secrets killed your informants, killed my brother, nearly killed us. His voice goes hard. No more secrets. Kemi looks around at her associates, seeing uncertainty in their faces too. This isn't going according to anyone's plan. Fine, she says finally. But we do this right. Professional setup, proper security, multiple backup streams. If we're going to expose everything, we do it in a way that can't be suppressed or discredited. Agreed. And afterward, when every criminal in Seoul wants us dead, we deal with that together, I say, like we should have from the beginning. For a moment, something flickers in Kemi's eyes that looks like my sister again. Vulnerable, scared, desperate for connection. I missed you, she whispers. I missed you too. But even as we move toward reconciliation, I catch one of her associates, checking his weapon. Another speaks quietly into a radio. Whatever Kemi's real plan is, this broadcast isn't the endgame. It's just the beginning of something much larger and more dangerous. 3 minutes to go live, Kemi announces, her professional mask sliding back into place. Zuri, Jae-hyun, are you ready to change the world? As ready as we'll ever be, I say, but my hand finds the knife in my boot. Because changing the world is one thing. Surviving the aftermath is something else entirely. The cameras roll. The stream goes live to 4.2 million viewers and climbing. And in that moment, standing between my sister and the man I love, with Seoul's darkest secrets about to spill into the light, I make a choice that will either save us all or destroy everything we've ever cared about. My name is Zuri Adebayo, I say to the cameras, and this is the story of how love, betrayal, and family secrets nearly got us killed. But first, subscribe to Mystic Tale by Luna, because the real story is just beginning. If this story grabbed you like Zuri grabbed that phone, subscribe to Mystic Tale by Luna for more forbidden romances that blur the line between performance and reality. What did you think of the sister twist? Drop your theories below. Part 2 is coming.